if you're catching the replay, will you please hashtag replay to let me know that you're here because I love knowing who joins my lives and my replays. So I thank you for coming for the replay and I thank you for watching and I hope that my lives will be encouraging and always teaching you how to dance. All right, with that said, I just hit the live button and I never go live on Saturday mornings. So I'm going to wait just a minute for people to join so that they know that I'm live. I forgot to charge my watch last night. That was good. So go, if you're catching the live right now, go grab your protein drink, pop it open. This morning, my protein drink is a Poppy. It's orange. It's a prebiotic soda. It's 25 calories for the whole entire can. And this orange tastes nasty. Just to let you know. But the Poppy prebiotic drinks kind of are expensive. And so I'm forcing myself to drink it because I paid money for it. And I'm talking about my Poppy drink. I can't remember how much I paid. I bought them from Sam's. And so I didn't get to really choose my flavor. And so I thought I would try new flavors. This has apple cider vinegar in it. Drinking apple cider vinegar. But this is good for your gut health. And I've been having a lot of bloat and a lot of GI tract issues. And I'm on a track for better health. And I feel like if I drink this, it's a good way to start my day. I don't know. It's probably not. This is how I am. I'm such a weirdo. So, like, if I go through fast food restaurants, like, I don't know, let's just say Chick-fil-A, I feel like if I order extra lettuce on my sandwich, it's healthier. That's how I convince myself that I'm making right decisions. So when I go through Chick-fil-A, I'll say, yes, I would like a number one with extra lettuce and extra pickles. With the fried chicken sandwich. And oh, I forgot. It's a fried chicken sandwich with cheese, but I put extra lettuce to make it healthier. And it works. Kayla, I sent you a message. I don't know if you got it. So if you want to make better decisions, just order extra lettuce with your cheeseburger. And it helps. So I'm drinking this prebiotic drink because it helps my brain. It makes me think I'm making better choices. Okay, Kayla. I am trying to go live more. I know it's unusual for me, and they're not they're not pre-scheduled, so you have no idea I'm going live. I just think it's fun that way. I don't know, but then some people get mad because they miss me. But I'm going to be popping in live more because have I told y'all today that my husband drives me crazy? I cannot wait to tell y'all what is going on. So anyway, what was I saying? I've done gone brain dead. Stephanie's here. I think I talked to your husband last night, Stephanie. I need to read these comments. Jackie, I love my chickens. Oh my gosh. I want some. Listen, Jackie, if you want to get rid of some more chickens, I need to be the first person that you contact, okay? Because I love your chickens. I did talk to your husband, Stephanie. Hey, gorgeous. Man, you just gave me a big head. Okay. I have to tell y'all about this. Okay. So yesterday, I got this in the mail and I was like, what duh. And I'm over there trying to figure out what, and I send Kayla a message. I'm like, what the crap does this say? And she's like, I have no clue. And I was like, I thought Carol sent this to me because Carol sends me clothes sometimes. And so I sent Carol a message and I was like, did you send this? And she said, no. And I was like, what is this? So then I looked at the receipt and I was like, it almost appeared as like this company was trying to get me to buy their sweatshirts. So I thought this company just sent me the sweatshirt with this on it because they were trying to get me to see if I liked their actual sweatshirts. That's what I thought, okay? Because I didn't know what this said. And so then later on yesterday, I get this message from this beautiful follower of mine that I so dearly love. And she goes, this will do. And it's so funny because Carol knew what this, when I messaged Carol, she said that it says this will do. And I was like, how did Carol know that? But I didn't realize this will do. So the story behind this sweatshirt is this follower of mine had grandparents that had a farm. And when he would go say, go give me a screwdriver, and the grandkid would go get him a screwdriver, he'd go, this will do. This will do. Like every time he asked for you to go get something and you brought it back to him, he'd say, this will do. And so this granddaughter is my follower, and she has a street, and I guess that maybe, I don't know, the name of the street is this will do. I'm sure she did that, but she is going to try to patent this saying, this will do, out of her grandfather saying it. And when her grandfather used to say this all the time, it got to be like a running joke. And so he had this will do all over his farm. And I was like, I love this name, this will do. And so I was like, the next baby that is born on my farm, I am naming it this will do. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? Is it not the cutest thing? So I am going to name it this will do. All right. I got my curling iron on. So this morning, okay, let me tell you why my phone is blowing up. So my son, I'm going to be getting ready. So I'm taking my glasses off. This morning, I told you guys, if y'all watched my YouTube video, you see what the weather was like yesterday. Well, here in Alabama, I know that you guys, a lot of you guys that follow me, follow other farms that are in Alabama. We are under attack, okay, with this weather. We are under attack. So yesterday, it was tornadoes. And then Monday, there's a 60% chance of snow. Okay, please understand that when it snows in Alabama, we go crazy. We're not like the North. We are not prepared for winter weather. So what happens is, like when they start announcing, like today, there's a 60% chance of snow. Everyone in Alabama runs to the store and gets milk and bread. I don't know why, but every single person in Alabama runs to the store. So if I don't go to the store right now and get my milk and bread, there's no milk and bread on the shelves. And it's the funniest thing because no one probably drinks the milk during the snow, and no one probably, we're crazy here in Alabama. Okay. But that's what we do. We all run to the store and we get milk and bread. And so within no time, it's all off the shelves and you cannot get milk and bread. I guess we do it in case the power goes out, we can have cereal and sandwiches, I guess is what we do. It's just what we do. We're weirdos. And so then I'm in like panic mode because I was like, I got to go get my milk and bread today. And so I sent Shane a message because Shane is working this weekend. So I sent him a message and I said, Shane, we have no hay in the hay loft. Okay? We have no hay in the hay loft. And so I called my hey guy, and y'all know you've seen videos. I'm scared to drive the tractor. Not my tractor. I'm scared to drive the big tractor. And it's not that I'm scared to, I'm not getting ready. I'm got to go get my hair done today too. It's not that I'm scared to drive the big, I'm not scared to get on it. I'm scared because, like, for example, the first time I got on it, and Shane is talking to me, teaching me how to go, right? And I haven't drove a 5-speed, okay, in a minute. Well, I didn't know that you were supposed to put the clutch in to put the brake on. So here I am. Y'all picture this. Your Aunt Judy is on the tractor and I'm starting to go downhill and I'm putting the brake on and the brake's not working and I am in a panic. I am screaming, the brakes don't work. And he was like, you dumb butt, put the clutch in. And I was like, oh, but see, I didn't know that. And so when you have someone, hang on, I was trying to find some, oh, here it is. So when you have someone that's not experienced with a tractor, you don't realize that it has a clutch and that you have to put the clutch in to put the brakes on. Okay. And I about killed myself. Okay. I about went straight down the hill because I didn't know to put the clutch in to put the brake on. Okay. That is just one example. Okay. And our tractor is huge. Okay. It's probably one of the biggest tractors that you can buy. Okay. Let's just say. And what I'm scared of is our property is not level. So you teeter-tot, right? So like you're teeter-totting. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared to do this. But Shane has taught me pretty much everything I need to know besides putting the spear on. So I tell him this morning, I said, hey, goofball, you didn't check the hay before you left, you jackleg. And so he says, Judy, go get the tractor and put the hay out. And I said, what are you going to do for the rest of your life if I die? And you know what he said? I'm going to read to you what he said. I'm going to read you what he said. There you go. Okay, let me go. Okay, this is what I said. Do you know there's a 60% chance of snow on Monday? Okay, he's going to be gone Monday. And he said, I do. And I said, well, we have no hay in the hayloft. Ugh. I said, I've called Buddy, which is our hay guy, and I'm going to get hay on Sunday. And I have to put out square bales, which means I have to pick up the square bales and put them over because I can't use the tractor. And he goes, go get a roll and put it on the tractor and put the hay out. And I said, if I kill myself, what are you going to do the rest of your life, Shane? And he said, I'm going to collect my insurance money. I'm going to retire and I'm going to hunt and fish. Are you kidding me? That's what he said. Then he tells me to call Kayla, as if Kayla knows how to drive a tractor. Okay. Like this is blind leading the blind. So he tells me to call Kayla. Okay. Like if Kayla is the president of John Deere and knows how to drive the tractor. Okay. That's what he tells me to do. Like Kayla has all the answers. So he tells me to call Kayla. And now he's telling me, he's trying to give me instructions on how to do it. Okay. Don't pick it up too high. Clear it enough so you can, because I have to put the hay into the hayloft. But I just think it's funny that he's telling me to call Kayla, as if Kayla's parents own John Deere and Kayla's been on a tractor her entire life. Kayla, are you not in the floor that he is telling me to call you? That's what he's telling me to do. He's telling me to call Kayla. I'm like, Shane, okay, not only are you going to kill me, but you're going to kill our coworker too, okay? And then her family's going to collect insurance from your butt for making her get on a tractor when she doesn't know what she's doing, okay? We're going to get sued, Shane. Poor Kayla. Poor Kayla. It's almost as if like everyone around here, because my dad does it too. Like this is my dad. Like for example, yesterday when the storm came, he goes, Judy, do you think you should call Kayla? And I'm like, what is Kayla like? She gonna stop a tornado from hitting me? Like what is Kayla gonna do? Like almost as if my family thinks that Kayla is going to protect me from getting blown away in the tornado. Kayla's stronger than me, but I don't think she could beat off the tornado. I'm just saying. Just saying. And I said, and it's like every time I do something, they tell me to call Kayla. Like, it reminds me of that, that is it Want to Be a Millionaire where you phone a friend? You know what I'm talking about? So like it's almost like they think that Kayla can do anything. And maybe she can. Kayla, can you stop a tornado? I mean, I don't, maybe you have experience in that, Kayla, and I just, maybe in the background, you've like set my dad down and say, look, let me just tell y'all, one time when I was living in Hueytown, there's this tornado that came, and it's amazing the strength that you have when you're a parent. And this particular time, a tornado come. What happened? Somebody's calling me from Aniana. Isn't it funny how people? I'm scared to answer that. Anyway, like Kayla sitting there. Yeah, one time when I was living in Hueytown with at my parents', this tornado come and it was coming towards our house, and I stood outside the house on top of the roof, and I had on my Superwoman shirt, and I was able to stop that tornado from hitting our house. I mean, maybe Kayla had conversations like that with my dad, so maybe that's why he thinks that I should call Kayla when the tornado comes, because maybe she told him that she could stop the tornado. You know what I'm saying? And maybe Kayla had conversations with Shane that she could drive that tractor like nobody's business. But I would love, so like I'm thinking, do I need to call Kayla and say, hey Kayla, I need you to put some hay out? Do you think she would know it to it's really, I'm sure Kayla loves the fact that my family thinks that she's Superwoman. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's pretty funny that they think that. So today, I've already let animals out. Georgia Lee's eye, if y'all watched my live, she had mat in her eye, and I've been treating her with antibiotics. And today, she's 100% better. There was no gook in her eye at all this morning, so I was so thankful. And so I went and let the animals out. And this is the deal, y'all. I'll do anything for my animals, right? I would stand out in a tornado and get blown away with them. Okay. That is just me. If they're getting blown away, Mama's going with them. I mean, that's how I feel like, I am about my animals. And so I'm sitting here going, okay, at some point, I have got to get the confidence to get on this darn tractor and do it by myself. And there's been a couple of times that I've got on the tractor and I'm just cruising around on my flatland, like trying to get used to the gear shift and, where reverse is and all that stuff. Because what happens is the reverse on Shane's tractor is totally different from the reverse on my tractor. So like it's how like when I don't know, if you've learned to drive a 5-speed for the first time, you know how it takes you a minute to learn how to get the first and second and third, like you're like here, like it's hard to feel it, it is shift, like doing gears on a tractor is totally different from doing gears on a 5-speed. I know how to drive a 5-speed, but it's just different. Like when you're trying to get it in reverse, it has to go up, over, and up. It's just weird. Why can't you just go over and up? You know what I mean? Like it's just. So I'm like, all right, Judy, it's time to get your big girl panties on because you fix to have to put out hay. Because it's like this. I can either not do it and sit here in fear for the rest of my life and never do it, or I'm just going to have to get on it and do it. And the main thing is I'm very comfortable using the bucket. Like I know how to use the bucket because I can use the bucket on my tractor. That does not scare me. I feel like I know how to go straight in with the hay spear, tilt it, pick it up, and walk. I mean, walk. No, you don't walk. And drive the track. That I feel comfortable with. I'm okay with that. And I feel like, okay, at the end of the day, I know where the brake is. I know to push the clutch in and push the brake on. So I'm not going to roll down the hill. And I know from being on my tractor, don't raise the bucket up too high because you can flip when you're not, you know what I mean? So I've got to do this, y'all. Is there something that you fear and you're just like, I can't do this? I just can't do it. Okay, well, I've got to do it. But parts of me is scared to learn because then I feel like he's going to make me do it all the time and I'm already tired. And he needs to do something around here. He needs to have responsibilities around here too. Okay? I can't do it all. I am not. Kayla might be Superwoman, but Judy is not Superwoman. But I was like, okay, does Kayla need just to be here to watch me in case I die so she can go live and go, okay, backup dancers, I just wanted to let you know that I was able to witness the whole entire day. Judy got on the tractor. She flipped the son of a gun. She's in the ER. Y'all please pray for her. She tried. But then again, maybe, if I asked Kayla to come over and help me, maybe she has those superpowers that if she stood beside the tractor and I started to teeter-tot, maybe she could do one arm like that strength guy, and maybe she could tip the tractor back over. I don't know. Maybe that's what he means by telling me to call Kayla, that she could just, make sure I don't tip over because she's so strong that she could just hold the tractor up for me. Or maybe he means that Kayla's so strong that we wouldn't have to use the tractor. Like maybe she can go over there and stick her arm in the hay and go like this and walk it out. Maybe she can walk it out to the hay loft and we wouldn't even have to pull the tractor out and use gas. I mean, maybe that's what he meant. Like, I don't know. I can't imagine what he meant by call Kayla. I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me. I'm going to get my hair done today. And then this little girl, I say she's little, she's 16. She ain't little. But she worked my farm with me this summer. And I haven't seen her since she started back school. So I think I messaged her, and she's my little sushi buddy. Like Shane hates sushi. Larry hates sushi. I'm the only one that likes sushi. So I always call her and go, it's time for our sushi run. So she, after I get my hair done today, she's going to meet me to eat sushi today. And she's the sweetest thing. I just love her. But she worked all summer on my farm. And she has experience on the farm because her uncle has horses and cattle and stuff like that. So she's experienced. Okay, did y'all like my video today? Have y'all watched it yet? I've had a lot of views on my video on YouTube today. I do have California roll. But see, when I get a California roll, I have to add cream cheese. Do you do that? And we eat, do y'all have a rock and roll sushi? I mean, because those are kind of, it's a chain. But that's where we're eating it at, is rock and roll sushi. And her and I is the funniest thing because they have these, I think they call them jalapeno poppers. I think that's what they call them. But the jalapenos are not that hot. But they have melted cream cheese. Oh my gosh. Listen, the diet is ruined today. But that's what we're going to. We're going to that. Okay. I have questions for YouTube people. I don't know. I can see there's 86 people on here, but I can't tell if you're from Facebook or YouTube. But I do have YouTube questions. I want to know what makes you what, like, I thought, like, if you follow someone or you subscribe to their page, you watch all their videos. Like if you're a, let's just say you're a Judy fan. Okay. You're an Aunt Judy fan. So I thought you would watch all the videos that I put out. Like you're kind of like you're a regular. That's what I thought. But apparently I'm wrong. Do y'all watch videos by what the thumbnail says? Because sometimes I have like 4,000 views and then sometimes I don't. And I'm like, what's up with these jokers? Like, did they not watch every one of them? They just pick and choose? Like, what do y'all do? Oh, Teresa, that makes sense. So you follow too many people. So Teresa, does the thumbnail that they put, you know what the thumbnail is, right? Like the little, it says, "Oh my gosh, you're never gonna believe what happened," or "This was a shocking." You know how you say that on your thumbnail. So is that how you choose what you watch, by if that thumbnail interests you? So Teresa, that is. Heidi, sometimes you don't see when they're up. Do you mean like, Kayla? Will you, Kayla? You know how you were? I'm talking to Kayla right now, but you know how you were going to tell them about turning their bell on? Could you explain how to do that? I was going to tell you guys. That way you don't miss them. Oh, what am I doing? You don't miss them. So, Kim, you watch the ones you subscribe to. Betty, it's a timing matter. Heidi, yours is on. Heidi, yours is on, but you don't always get a notification? Is that what you mean? Katie, you have your bell on. Do you guys know what it means to have your bell on? You do? Okay. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to understand how this works. Thank you, Jane. Okay, Cynthia, you watch all the ones you get a bell on. Okay. I'm just trying to understand because it seems like sometimes I have lots of views and then sometimes I don't. And I'm like, y'all need to watch the ones you don't because those videos are better than the ones like, I don't know. Gotcha, Marcy. Yeah, I know that YouTube has a little recommendation, the clickbait. You know, I find when I make thumbnails, it is so difficult because like you watch, say you watch another channel and the clickbait, do you know what they mean by clickbait? Clickbait is like you make this thumbnail because you're trying to get people to click on the video and watch it, but it really has, like, it's like they, maybe they're holding a gun up pretending like predators were on predators, that someone broke into their farm or something like that, and they're like, it's all staged, and like no one really did it, and they kind of pretend like that someone came on their property, and they make it look suspicious to get you to watch the video. That's what, yes, clickbait is false advertising. That's what they're talking about. And uh I don't enjoy that either, personally. But sometimes, like when people do social media for a living, like that's their primary source of income, they're constantly trying to figure out how to keep it exciting. I'll give you an example. Let's talk about myself. Okay. Back when Shishi, my pig, had her little piglets, man, my views were up because there was a babies being born, and there was crisis going on because piglets were getting sat on and piglets were going to the vet, and people were so into, oh, what's happening with the piglets. So like my views were up because babies were being born, and it was so exciting. But then, like, what happens is, on a farm, babies ain't born all the time. You know what I mean? Like it ain't always exciting. And so as a creator, you try to think, okay, what can I video? If I just video me walking around feeding animals all day long, y'all gonna get bored with that. You're like, all she does is walk around with a bucket. You know what I'm, you know what I'm saying? All she does is walk around with the bucket, and she's like, there's nothing going on. So it seems like to me that some channels are like the creator themselves has to be I don't forgot the word, like very animated. They have to have great ideas for videos. They have to always have something going on. And like, you know what I'm saying? And like, oh my gosh, let's try this. Our views will go really up if we try this. And like, I don't know. I guess my brain doesn't quite work like that because I ain't got time for that. I think, as Judy, as a creator, y'all have to remember, if you watch, let's just say 10 farm channels because you really like to watch animals, and you watch 10 farm channels. Okay. I'll just say, I'm just going to name a couple of channels: Coghill, Lester. Dang, who are these people calling me? I don't know. Okay, Coghill, Lester, Chestnut, Head Family Farm, Andale, Black Tropical Homestead. Those are just Walker Family Farm, Dutchess, the Dutch, Arms Family. There's 9. Not not one of those are open to the public. You know that? Not one of those farms are open to the public. Okay. So, like, Judy is a bit different versus other farms. So, sometimes what ends up happening is like I get people that don't really know me. They don't know me. And so judgment begins to happen. She's so stupid. She goes live putting on her makeup. Well, Joker, let me just tell you. Let me just tell you. Okay. Judy's open to the public. Okay. So it's a bit different. My filming is different. I don't like, as far as having something go on all the time, like all that's different because I am doing tours. Like I am going into schools. I'm going into libraries. I have people pulling up to tour. So like the only time it's hard for me to go live because the only time I can go live for two reasons is usually in the morning when I'm getting ready because that's the only what time is it? Okay, I need to get ready. That's the only time I really can go live because number one, my Wi-Fi sucks a big old fat meatball sandwich, okay, out in my farm. Like it's awful. So like it's hard for me to go live at my farm because the farm is away from my house and I cannot get Wi-Fi. But I've tried a Wi-Fi extender. I've had the people come out here to try to figure out how to get a connection out there. It just ain't happening. So the only time I really have a chance to get to know you guys and to talk to y'all without the animals is right here. So that is why I usually go live getting ready because y'all know I'm a busy girl, right? Like when you're open to the public, you got people pulling in your driveway, right? So like it's not like I can go live because first of all, you got to think about this. Not everybody wants to be recorded. Not everybody wants their kids on social media. So, like, it's a liability for me when I'm filming because some people don't care, some people care. When I go into a school, I have to go into the school and go, wait a minute, before I even do anything, am I allowed to film? Is there any kid in here that is not allowed to be on social media? And sometimes they say yes. And usually it's really kind of sad because usually what'll end up happening is that they're like, you see the blonde-headed kid over there? Okay, do not film her. So then I'm trying to film without putting that kid in the film because I could get sued for doing that. So like it is a bit of a difficulty like trying to film because then sometimes if I accidentally got that kid in the video, I have to crop it out to not put that kid in the video. So like the only time that I really get a chance to get to know you guys and get to know you on a more of a level like this is for me to go live with you when I'm getting ready. It seems silly, doesn't it? It is, but it's the only time I have chance. And I always tell those people that go, you don't need makeup. And I'm like, honey, I'm not doing my makeup for you. I am not. I'm doing it because at the end of the day, do you want to watch creators that create content that is fake? That is, you talk about, baiting it up. Do you want to watch that or do you want to watch the person as a real person? Well, jokers, guess what? The people that are here today, you're getting the raw end of Judy. Okay? This is who I am. This is who I am. And I've learned at the end of the day, I have to be myself. Like I'm not creating a farm for content. That's not my goal. My goal is not to please all my followers. I mean, I do want to bring y'all stuff that you enjoy, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I have to present my farm for what it is. I do. I have to present who I am. And y'all know, like, this is who I am. As a woman and as a girl who has been in sales her whole life, I'm going to tell you something. In sales, looks matter. And that seems so silly, doesn't it? But looks matter. If you go into, like if you're fixing to go sell to a hospital. I used to sell to hospitals. Okay. So I was selling to doctors and I'm going to tell you something. Trying to sell to doctors because they have about 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to sell them. Okay, because they're hurt. You think I'm busy? Oh no, you yet see nothing until you have been into a hospital setting when you're trying to sell them data and you're trying to convince them that they need to buy your products. You have about 2 minutes to talk in. Okay, and what happens is the way you're a parent, you have 1 second to sell yourself. And it's when you go meet someone for the first time, what you see, your physical, what you see with your eye is the first impression that you give that person. And then the words that come out of your mouth. Okay. The first words that come out of your mouth, like you can tell if you click with somebody by the first couple of sentences they say. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm talking to someone and they start going, oh, they start having, let's just say, a filthy mouth, and they're talking about going out, getting drunk. Okay, I'm like, we don't jive. like you ain't me. You're not my person. That's not me. But if they start going, oh my gosh, let me just tell you, I got this chicken. Oh, it was so beautiful. It was a da-da-da-da-da. Okay, me and that person are jiving because they, in the first sentence, they talked about something that I'm interested in. Okay, so it's like being in sales my whole life. I've learned that appearance is important because people buy from people they like. So if I look like a jackleg when I have a school come here, like I don't feel my best. I'm not looking my best. Okay. And I have a school come here, and I'll just tell you, I had this one school, the entire school came here over 4 days. And the first day they came here, they enjoyed it so much that they went back and told their principal, and their principal came the next 3 visits. Okay. If I am not professional is being the best version of Judy that I can be. That is professional to me. Okay. That's feeling my best, looking my best, doing my best, giving it my all to that school. Okay. Because when I'm standing in front of 100 kids out in front of me, okay, if I don't look presentable and I don't look professional, how am I going to keep these kids engaged to what I'm saying if there's no connection to me, if I'm not feeling my best? And in order for me to feel my best, I have to get up and get my dancing shoes on every day. Okay. My dancing shoes may be a different dancing shoes. Wow, my face is swollen. My dancing shoes may look different from your dancing shoes because it may not be important for you to get up and curl your hair every day. Maybe that's not important to you. That doesn't mean you're wrong. That doesn't mean I'm wrong because I curl my hair every day. It doesn't. It's just who I am, So at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. Because in order to really give it your all for the day, for me, when I feel good about myself is when I feel like my dancing's lasting longer, is when I feel the very best I feel for the morning. And me, I've learned to be a morning person. I've never been a morning person. You hear me? Never. But I've learned to get up at 5:00, and I've learned this from Shane, because what happens is when you get in a routine and you do the same thing every day, it makes it easy. Like if you go to work Monday through Friday and you're like, I am not getting up early Saturday because I do not have to go to work. Okay. I used to do that too. But what happens is when you get out of routine, Monday, when you have to get up to go to work, you hate your life. But if you set your alarm and get up at the same time every single day, Monday through the whole week, whether you go to work or not, your body gets accustomed to getting up. And then when you have to get up on Monday, it's not as hard because you didn't like sleep all weekend. You get me? That's for me. Do you do that? Do you set your alarm? And listen, I would have never done this if it wasn't for crazy man over here getting up at 5 o'clock every morning. Okay. I would have never, I would have never gotten up 7 days a week at 5 o'clock in the morning. But what happened was when Shane and I got married, I had to move because Shane and I did not live in the same city. As a matter of fact, we lived 5 hours apart. We dated long distance. So when we got married, I moved to where he was. And so I didn't work. And at that time is when my dad first got sick. And Shane was like, just stay home and, take care of him. And I'm not a stay-at-home person. I am not one to stay home. I've worked 2 jobs my entire life. So like staying home to me is kind of like, this is not working for me at all. like I am not, this is not good for my mental health. I'm just not a stay-at-home person. So when I met Shane, I would do what I told you. I would go to work Monday through Friday and have to get up and hate my life every time getting up, and the weekends would come. I wanted to sleep in. Like I didn't, and Shane's like, get up. You sleep when you're there. We got things to do. Get your butt up. And I'm like, it took me a minute. Like, and I was like kind of mad. I was like, God, go to bed, you moron. Like, why do you get up and I told you guys this before, but Shane is the type that when he gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, he gets straight up, he goes to the sink, he brushes his teeth, and he puts his clothes on. And I'm like, stop it. Why are you doing this? This is insane. This is what crazy people do, Shane. People don't get out of the bed and immediately get dressed. There's something seriously wrong with you. You've got major issues. Like you really need to go to therapy. You really need to go to therapy and you need to get help because nobody in this world gets up at 5 o'clock and puts their clothes on. They usually stumble to the kitchen. They have to drink a coffee, a cup of coffee or two, to get themselves woke up. I don't know. Listen to some music, take a shower or something. No, Shane. So because he's like that, I mean, who can sleep when the lights get on at 5 o'clock in the morning and someone's putting their shoes on? I mean, he puts his shoes on at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I just forced myself to get on his routine because I'll tell you why. Because when I was married prior, me and him did not have the same routine. He stayed up to 3 o'clock in the morning on a work night watching movies. He did not sleep a lot. And I was in the bed by 8 o'clock. I've always been one to go to bed early. That's just who I am. I'm a sleeper. Okay. I'm a sleeper. And when depression hits and stuff like that, I'm a big sleeper. And so what would happen is our routine was not the same. He would stay up to 2-3 o'clock in the morning during the week. And I'd be like, Joker, we got to go to bed. We've got work in the morning. But he could do it. He could stay up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning watching movies. And I was in the bed by 8 o'clock, and it ruined our marriage because we were not on the same routine. It just didn't work. And it caused him to go one way and me to go to the other way because we didn't go to bed together and we just weren't on the same routine. And when I married Shane, I did not like his routine either. I didn't like Robbie's routine of staying up to 3 o'clock in the morning during the week. And I don't like Shane's routine of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But in the back of my head, I knew that caused a lot of conflicts in my marriage, because what would happen is when he was up at 2 o'clock in the morning, let's just say, he was doing things that were not healthy for our marriage. And I had no idea because I'm in the bed asleep. And it just caused a lot of issues. And so when I married Shane, he goes, Judy, you got to get on a routine. And I was like, Joker, I ain't no routine kind of girl. I'm not a routine. Like, routine is boring to me. I have to change things up. Like, I have to wake up different every day. Like, I ain't a routine kind of girl. Like, I can't do it. I am very ADHD and my brain does not work in routine. I am slap bored to death with a routine. I can't do that. He goes, well, you need to try. So, because I was staying at home, when Shane would get up to go to work, it made me feel guilty. I felt guilty. I was like, God, he's getting up, going to work every day, killing himself. And here, me, I'm laying in the bed, taking care of my dad. Like, this is sad. Like, this is sad. So I started getting up with him in the mornings, seeing him off to work. And what I would do is I would get up, I would fix his lunch, and when he left to go to work, I'd go back to bed. And I would sleep till 10 o'clock. I had no reason to get up. I didn't work. My dad slept late, and I had no reason. And I would go back to bed. And then when I would wake up at 10 o'clock, I would feel guilty. And I was like, this is just, how is this working, sleeping late working for you, Judy? Because you wake up feeling guilty. I felt like I had slept the day away. And I'm like, he's out here going to work every day, killing himself, and I'm sleeping to 10 o'clock. But it's almost as if I couldn't help it. I was tired and I could not help it. That is called depression. Okay. Just to let you know, if you find yourself, you need to sleep like that, and then you wake up feeling guilty because you slept all day, that is called depression or either an illness. You need to go get yourself checked out medically. Like, I'm having a hard time staying awake. I have zero motivation. That is a wake-up call for you. That's where you need to go get medical help and go, something's not right. I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to get out of my pajamas. I want to sit on the couch all day. I have zero motivation to do anything. That is usually called depression. That is not good. That is a wake-up call. You need to listen to me if you do that. Your life, if you go get help for that, you will be so surprised at how happy you are when you get out of that rut. I promise you, I've been there. So when I was waking up feeling guilty, I couldn't stop. And I don't know if you feel me, but like, you're like, I can't stop complaining. I can't, like, all I see is negative. I'm tired. Don't you understand? Like, all that was just hitting me until we moved here. And then when we moved here to Coleman, because Shane got transferred, I still was doing that. Sleeping till 10 o'clock, then waking up feeling guilty. And I'm like, this is not even worth it. I can't win. I feel good when I sleep, and At the moment I'm feeling good sleeping, but see, that's like that. Let's see, that's that bad addiction telling you that you feel good sleeping for 12 hours a day. That because it feels good. I can't help it. I can't stay awake. I get you. I, I, I get you. But you need to listen to your Aunt Judy. There's something wrong. If you're sleeping 12, 14 hours a day and not getting out of your pajamas, that is a wake up call. Okay. So that I'm telling you. Okay. So when we got here and he suggested getting chickens, I told you that what do I want a chicken for, right? Uh, but what happened was when we first got chickens, I'm not a morning person, right? So this chicken thing is not working for me at all. It is not working for me at all because I do not want to get up and let the chickens out. I want to sleep till 10 o'clock. So it got to be where when I would get up at 10 o'clock, the first thing I would do is go out there with the chickens. And I'd be like, he didn't even put water in the container. He didn't put enough food out. Like I would start complaining. Okay. I'd start complaining about how he did my chickens. And I got to be very close to my chickens. And the more he went out there and let my chickens out, I was getting super frustrated with the way he did my chickens. And it got to the point where I would I need to go out there and do my chickens because that joker has no clue anything what he's doing. That is not how I do my chickens. And I started getting frustrated. I started getting really frustrated because I would say, when you get up in the morning to do the chickens, you've got to do fresh water before you go to work. And he's like, don't be telling me how to do your chickens. If you don't like what I do, you get your butt up and go do the chickens yourself. And I'm like, Joker, I sure will. So then, because I didn't like the way he was doing my chickens, it forced me to get up and do the chickens myself because he was making me frustrated because he wasn't going to take care of them the way I wanted him to take care of them. Well, there's where my routine started. It was the chickens that got me in a routine. And, I told you in the beginning of this conversation that I am not a routine type girl. Routines bore me. I am not a routine girl. I need change. I was that girl in an interview when people would go, how do you handle change? I'm like, oh my God, I love it. And they're like, that's not what people say. Most people say they don't like change. Joker, I love change. It is a challenge to me, and it gets me out of my comfort zone, and I'm not bored. I need something changed all the time. I'm not wearing the same makeup. I need a change. I'm not that girl that likes the same thing all the time. And so it forced me to get in that routine. It was difficult in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. So if you're that girl that sleeps till 10 o'clock every day, you need to listen to me. It takes a little bit of discipline. Okay. And discipline is hard when you have no motivation because you're like, I'd rather sleep till 10 o'clock. I don't have to go to work. I don't have kids. I don't have chickens to feed. I do not have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I am retired and this is what I want to do. I'm going to tell you something. Hang on. Hang on a second. I can't talk and put lips on. What is the deal? I don't know what's wrong with that. Hang on. But you're like, Judy, I'm retired. I got up for 75 years when I worked. I'm sleeping in. And that might be right for you. I don't know. I just know that when I got in a routine and set my alarm to get up at 5 o'clock every day, my life totally changed. That's for me. That might not happen to you because what's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you may not be good for me. I'm talking about myself. When I got in a routine of getting up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, I learned that I had so much energy. I learned that I could get things done. And I learned that I had more time to dance. And I was spending majority of the time in the bed till 10 o'clock. And that could have been 5 more hours of energy. And what I learned is once I started getting up at 5 o'clock, I got in a routine of going to bed on time so that I had the energy to get up and be productive in the morning. And, you know, when I told you that I would lay in the bed till 10 o'clock and then I woke up at 10 o'clock and I felt guilt, the guilt went away. So if you're that person that wakes up and you have guilt, that should tell you something. If you can sleep to 10 o'clock and you have no guilt at all, girl, keep sleeping till 10 o'clock. I couldn't personally do that, though. I couldn't personally do that. And it was important for me to mimic Shane's routine because I wanted to keep my marriage strong. And I know personally for me, when my husband would stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning, for me, it made me feel insecure because then what would happen is he would start doing things that he shouldn't do. And then I couldn't go to bed at 8 o'clock because I would go, if I need to stay up till with him, because if I don't, then he's going to get in left field and do things he shouldn't do and talk to people and all that stuff because his wife is lazy and goes to bed at 8 o'clock. I knew that that was going to create a problem in your marriage. When you find yourself that you and your husband are not on the same page, it's not healthy. And sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone and mimic our spouse to build our marriage. For me, it required me getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That does not sound good to me. I am not liking this. But what it did was when I got on that routine, Shane and I began to get closer because we had the same routine. We go to bed at the same time. We wake up at the same time. And it made my marriage stronger and it made me feel better about myself because what was happening is I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I fix Shane's lunch. I send Shane off to work and I don't go back to bed. And it made me stronger. This will do. That's going to be my new saying, y'all. This will do. That'll have to do. No, this will do. That's just me personally. So I'm just going to tell you, for me personally, it helped me when I got in a routine. Now, I'm not a late night owl. Some of you may be that person that's like, there's no way in hello Catootie I could go to bed at 8 o'clock. And what's right for me is not right for you. What's right for you is not right for me, right? So like you have to get in your own routine. But once you get in that routine, you're going to find yourself feeling a lot better about yourself because you're not in a slump. You see what I'm saying? So just know that. All right, I'm about ready. I got to go get my hair done. Judy, you just did your hair. Why are you going to get your hair done? I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to show you. You see this right here? It's coming out. It's coming apart. I have extensions. I told you guys that. I have very thin hair. These are extensions. I'm fixing to get new extensions, and they're going to be longer. It's something I do for myself. I'm not one to go shopping for myself. I go get my hair done. And I got to go get that fixed. And then I'm going to eat lunch with Jessica. So, and then I'm probably going to put hay out. I don't know. I have to put it out before Monday because Monday's a snowstorm. so, either today or tomorrow, unless, Kayla, knows how. I don't know. Apparently she knows how to put hay out. I'd love for her to come on here live and tell Kayla, do you have the confidence to come on here live with me? Will you come on here or no? Okay. We'll have to find out from Kayla if maybe she has hidden stuff in her closet that I don't know about, and maybe she used to drive tractors or her parents own John Deere. I don't know, but apparently she knows how to put out. She knows how to stop a tornado. And she knows how to put out hay. Hey guys, thank you for joining me this morning. I'm going to get my extensions fixed and going out to eat. I hope today that I said something that hit home with you. I hope that today that you will find yourself getting out of your comfort zone and trying something new. That's what I hope. I hope that you'll find a new hobby. I told you that when I took my dad to the neurologist, they said if you didn't use your brain, you're going to lose it. So I'm 52 and I don't want to lose my brain. My grandmother had dementia and I know that's a sad disease. So I'm like, all right, I need to exercise my brain, get out of my comfort zone and drive that dang tractor. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to, I'm not going to be able to record it in my hand, but I'm just going to put the little recorder on the side and go, okay, y'all watch me do this. Shane ain't home and I'm fixing to fire this baby up so my brain don't have dementia when I get older. I love you guys. I hope you dance today. You have choices today. You have choices. You can sit it out or you can dance, right? And I hope you dance. This will do. See you later.